I'm going to start. I'm going to welcome everyone here to the Jewish Federation. I'm Carol, if you don't know me. And I'm happy to introduce our speaker. I don't know if I want to call you a speaker. Our
Performer,
poet, our poet.
interactive performer, maybe?
Our performer today, it's Dr. Phillip Tietbohl.
Like a bowl of tea.
Bowl, yes. And we call him Dr. T, so then you don't have to pronounce.
Or hey you. Or
you don't have to pronounce his name. Phillip is a practicing clinical psychologist with 30 years of experience who believes in the power of poetry to facilitate change. He has a doctorate in clinical psychology from the University of Virginia, and his undergraduate degree was in mechanical engineering from MIT. Zines and 2 self-published books. His website is poetrythatworks.com, and his social media handle is @poetry.works. Do you want me to say anything
that's plenty.
else?
Whoa, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much. Toda, toda. Let's see. Well, toda to all of you, Cindy Gerber-Tomlinson, Adi Shalev-Smithman, and Vicki Holler-Graf, the previous program director, who helped bring me back here today. Thank you very much. I'm going to talk today about the power of poetry to touch your heart and spark change. Basically, how to use rhyme to enhance what you say and bring joy along with memory, improve memory. So I'm going to remind you of what you already know, that if you say it in rhyme, it can last through time. And then I'll share some of my stories, some of my poetry, and then we're going to create a group poem together in this room. So, question here. What is a poem? I define it as a group of rhythmic words that often rhyme, and they make sense of some kind, sometimes silly, but they tap emotions and notions that we may not be aware of. Sometimes you write a poem about one thing, and it's actually about something else. Consider this one. It's called A Painter Sings. A singer paints a picture. A painter sings a song, both composing moments of how we get along. Musician mixes flavors, and a chef concocts bouquets, why both create a harmony of edible arrays. A dancer builds emotion, and a carpenter a home. Both construct foundations so our minds can rest and roam. A writer captures movement, and a captain moves the sea. Both require vision of where they want to be. So it's the careful selection of words that makes a rhyme. So poetry is special, although we aren't. I have one of my poems that goes, each of us, none of us is special, but each of us unique. We all like special treatment because it helps us feel complete. I like it when you open the door. I try to do it for you, but just because you can throw a football 60 yards or your dad went to this college doesn't mean you're entitled to a free pass at everything. So we're each of us unique, I think. And poetry has been healing and soothing and medicine, actually, and it always has been. Back in the day, prehistorical times, people chanted around fires. It was the rhythm that was soothing, you know. And then we started to put words to the rhythms. And then in ancient Egypt, they wrote poems out on papyrus, dissolved it in liquid for people that were sick, and they drank the poem. I don't know what the liquid was. Maybe it was alcohol or something. But rhymes are how history is passed down, the epic poems that are easy to remember, history conveyed to the children. And then researchers prove what we all know, that if you say it in rhyme, it's twice as likely to be remembered. So these British researchers had 36 colleagues come by their office. They gave them 10 statements like, anger restrained is wisdom gained, or anger restrained is wisdom acquired. And they had them come back at the end of the day. And they over the whole study, remembered 50-some rhyming ones and only 20-some non-rhyming. So it was twice as easy to remember. Some other researchers found people consider rhyming phrases 22% more accurate than the same content. So what sobriety conceals, alcohol reveals, versus what sobriety conceals, alcohol unmasks. It's just not as smooth and fluent, so people rate it as more accurate. So I think poems connect us not only through the rhythm, well, mainly through the rhythm, because it's the rhythm of our first poem called The Beat of Mother's Heart. I heard it, you heard it, we all bubbled around inside a womb going blum, 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 blum. And then we're birthed and people sing us lullabies. And as long as the baby doesn't know the words, you know, rock-a-bye baby on the treetop, when the bough breaks, the cradle will drop and break and the baby comes crashing down. You know, if you don't listen to the words, the rhythm hums and soothes you and stuff. But then, you know, we learn through rhyme. It's how our first poem, or how our learning happens. We learn how to count, 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish. We learn language, rules, norms, values. And this is across all cultures. Even American Sign Language has hand-shaping movements to convey rhyme. So once you get words going, you're going to say it in rhyme. And stories bring us together. When I was little, people read me books, and then my parents got older, they read my books. It was kind of a flip around, but rhyming makes reading fun. Look how much we were already laughing as I read some of that one we created 6 years ago. And a noted anthologist, Lee Bennett Hopkins, included one of my poems in Hanukkah Lights. There's a Latke poem in here. It was 12 lines. And he said, hey, can I chop it to 4? And I said, absolutely. So he chopped it to 4, but it's in here with Jane Yolen. And he said about poetry, more can be said or felt in 8 or 10 lines than sometimes an entire novel. It's poignant, it's brief, and it has a lot of punch. Consider this one that's in my second book called You'll Always Be. Mountains may crumble, fish leave the sea, you'll always be what matters to me. Craters discovered, covered by trees, you'll always be what matters to me. Planets detected, a new galaxy, you'll always be what matters to me. Coyotes run free, and crypt mystery, doctors decree and dictators flee. Time off to travel, places to see, but you'll always be what matters to me. So poems touch your heart. And if you think about poems plus music, you end up with a song. And songs sometimes tell us how we feel. We're puzzled and we hear a song and it's like, oh. Leonard Bernstein said, you know music works because of how it makes you feel. And listening to music you like lessens pain, boosts serotonin, it's actually healing. So when a poem works, it actually does work. It can clarify our feelings and it sticks with us. Think of rhyming sayings. 1 if by land, 2 if by sea, and I on the opposite shore will be. Or no taxation without representation. They just stick in your mind. The more variety, the better society. We all agree, save the sea. It just makes it easier to remember. And if actually you think further, rhymes are magic. Hocus pocus, abracadabra, avada kedavra. It's rhyming words are magic. And this is me after someone cast the spell Catapus Maximus. But I got better. So who knows this better than the ads? The ads have been selling us cereal and cars and insurance with rhyming jingles your whole lifetime, right? And sadly, I still know this one, Winston tastes good like a cigarette should. I mean, how crazy is that? It's something killing you, but Winston tastes good like a, I'm like, I'll go out and start smoking today. That rhyme is in all of our brains. Beat the heat with an ice cream treat, that was Wayhar Farms. I saw this on the back of a truck. Slip and fall, call Lundy Law. Forget about the doctor, don't go to the ER, get that lawyer. A kid'll eat the middle. So you know, rhymes, ads, it's just kind of mind-boggling. So what do? Well, I do interactive performances like this. I do motivational talks that provide a team-building experience. This was at Berks Nature. I have 2 books that I'll talk about that create reading, memories of reading together if you read with your kids or read with your family. So I'm a father, a poet, a husband. We're all many roles. You know, when someone says, who are you? What do you do? It's, you know, we ask like one thing, but we're many things. You're a mother, you're a daughter, you're a husband, you're a from this culture, you're from this location, you know, you have these interests. We have so many facets. And I've done some of the performances for kids, elderly, different groups, but it started out when our kids were little. And I would write things like, he's a useful piece of furniture, a table, bed, or chair. They stand on his belly, they sit on his hair, they climb up his rib cage. Oh, I actually flipped it to we. We climb up his rib cage, we hang from his nose, we swing from his shoulders and jump off his toes. So I had written about, I'm a useful piece of furniture, and then I flipped it and wrote it from the kid's point of view. He's a useful piece of furniture. Or Matthew, at breakfast this morning, Matthew caught us by surprise when he gobbled up his high chair right before our eyes. So I would go into their preschools and read some poems and, you know, get them giggling. Here I have the same pieces of paper. It's kind of running. This is Isabel. One of these kids puked partway through, but it hasn't happened often, but I think it was that kid over there. But what I realized was that people wanted to chime out, especially kids. They would say, my dog's fluffy, or I had cereal for breakfast, or they would say all kinds of stuff. So I started pausing at the end of a poem they'd never heard. I'll say, hey, my favorite foods, what are yours? And they say spaghetti and this and that. I'll say, well, here are mine. Crickets for dinner, fried in the pan, worms for dessert, fresh from the, and they would say, pan, stand, can, hand. They would just chime out. So then I thought, what if they wrote the whole poem? So this is a group of like 90 first graders, and we brainstormed on ice cream, and they came up with ideas, and then they wrote this. I like to eat, it's really sweet, a messy treat drops on my feet, it's ice cream. So that was one of the first group poems. And then over the years, I did, as Carol said, about 150. And this one was a group in 21, I believe. Three brothers on a mission, had a camp, and it was ways to be kind. And they ended up writing a poem called Kindness is the Way. So the group poem taps collaboration, consideration, patience, and people are often surprised at what results. So when my parents moved into Country Meadows, I thought, maybe this would work there. I saw some of the activities that were one-directional, you know, people up here talking and everyone falling asleep. So I thought, what if I do this there? And so I did about 20 over the years, 2017 to 2019 until COVID hit. But one woman, Joyce, said, why, you know, he forces us to think. And she canceled an x-ray once to come to one of these after like we did 10, because I did about 20. And another person at another retirement committee said, it proves we still have something to give. So one of the ones they wrote was on the theme of springtime, and they called it Changing Seasons. Goodbye, winter. Hello, spring. Can't wait to hear the robins sing. See the budding of the trees, fragrant flowers and buzzing bees. Birds are singing to each other, finding a mate to become a mother. The sights, sounds, smells are three good reasons I'm thankful for the changing seasons. So I thought that was pretty cool. And that's actually in the back of one of my books here. So I went from writing poems for my kids to writing for strangers. I read a poem about what fairies do with teeth, how they gather them past midnight from pillows or in pouches, hung on doorknobs, tied in tissue, some discovered under couches. And I read it for a kid doing an eval, and she said, how do they get in? And her mom said, oh, there's your next book. So then I worked on somewhere an open window, a crevice under door, a crack across the ceiling, or a knothole in the floor, about how they get to the kid. And then I left the blank so they could write their name there and then illustrate it and, you know, draw silly pictures in here, and made these over at Staples. So I started writing poems for strangers. Avery Lane was the waiter at Judy's on Cherry. He told us his name of his kids at the end of the meal, Avery Lane and Chase. He said, we just liked the name because of the Beatles, Penny Lane. He just was like radiating love. We left. And then Avery Lane got stuck in my brain, and I wrote 30 stanzas of limericks about how Avery Lane is a strong female. Avery Lane drove the Shinkansen train, speeding with engineer Chase, zoomed cities and towns without slowing down, made Hakata in record pace. And this is my niece, grandniece Eden, with Avery Lane splashed in the rain, sloshing with brother Chase, with sopping wet clothes, mud squished between their toes, each wore a smiling face. And then she illustrated. So I started with our kids, then with strangers, then with clients. I thought, you know, I'm a psychologist. I help people re-story. Maybe this will work here. So I would give clients poems on a theme, maybe hold on to hope, or no matter what they did or do, you're more than what happened to you. It's okay to say no. Life's not an obedience show. It's important to know it's okay to say no. And, you know, would give them ones that I had written. But then it progressed to where I started writing ones for them. You know, like they would say something in a session, and maybe afterwards I'd jot a note, or even during, and later it would become something. So I was working with a 15-year-old teenager, 16. She wouldn't talk much in school, and I would ask, well, like, what if you have a question? Oh, I won't raise my hand. But she put all this energy in her hair. Her hair was different each time, and so I wrote Hair Speaks, a 3-page ballad. The first half was what it says to her, and then the second half what it says to others. My hair speaks to me. What does it say? It says I can do it. It says I'm okay. It says to go out there and do what needs doing, to bubble through troubles that life keeps on brewing. And the second part goes like, my hair speaks to you. What do you hear? Do you hear notes of movement that move through the years? Does it tell you I'm capable, curious, chill? Does it tell you I sport an unbreakable will? Do you hear I'm complex from my intricate locks? Does it say I refuse to be boxed in a box? Does it kindle a friendship or drive you away? My hair speaks to you. What does it say? And over time, she did start speaking up. In fact, she confronted some peers who were picking on a kid and spoke up and said, that's not cool. So she's come a long way. So poetry is special because it takes time to make a good rhyme. That's another one here. Treat everyone special and they will go far. This is not up there. Show them respect, understand who they are. The proof is in the pudding. Let yourself unfold. Trust who you're becoming. Your essence is your gold. So finally, I had enough of these, and I'm thinking, boy, I should put them in a book. But of course, I remembered my wife had been telling me that for years. She's like, you should put these in a book. So eventually I did. 160 poems in 11 chapters. And the chapters are hopeful and positive, surviving and thriving, allowing and accepting. And in the back, there's 35 group poems from different groups, from libraries to retirement communities. And they have poems like, you know, chapter 3, trusting and believing has stronger than you know. We each have special talents, each unique in how we glow. You carry untapped courage. You are stronger than you know. It goes on to like a couple pages. We're celebrating differences. This was pinged off of a diversity pod that talked about, well, to matter is nice, but shouldn't we have more? So I wrote, to matter is the minimum. What if we had more? Creating, thriving, flourishing, an endless open door. So, oh, well, let me back up one. So chapter 10, relating and connecting, is on relationships. So I put in this one, we are stardust there. We are stardust, we are rain, we are winds that sweep the plain. We are cornfields, we are wheat, we are rivers' soothing beat. We are songbirds, we are trees, we are more than what you see. We are ageless, we are old, we are stories to be told. We are snowflakes, we are sand, we are hope and understand. We are flowers, we are fish, we are moonbeams, healing wish. We are mountains, we are earth, we give thanks for each day's birth. We are pathways, we are air, we are sharing and we are care. We are sunshine, we are sea, whole complete, both you and me. We are stardust, clouds and dew, we are love, both me and you. And it goes on. So my first book was actually the result of a conversation with someone at an insurance company. My liability insurance is a psychologist. I was talking with this woman in August of 2018, and she said Calencia was her name. I said, Calencia? I said, that's like an island in the Caribbean. She said, oh, you made my day, you know, thank you, and hung up. 3 months later, I woke up. What kind of an island would she like? Oh, where she's treated equal, where she's respected, where people are accepted and celebrated, where diversity makes the island grow. So over the next 8 months, I wrote a bunch of poems and boiled them down to 8. that tell about getting to the island. I put it on the equator because people are treated equal. And it's basically Martin Luther King's dream. And the last poem, the 8th one, ends called The Answer. Each arrival adds a flavor. Some stay briefly, some for life. The port, a busy, bustling place, absent any strife. Once you land, you are Calencian. At first, it may seem strange to be included and accepted as you help the future change. The island is a testament of how to live together, supporting one another through fair and stormy weather. And it goes on and on. But I actually read it at Pennsylvania's first day of racial healing in January of 22 in Jenkintown. Freezing cold day. The governor's wife was there, and it was Pennsylvania's first day, and I got to read the whole poem, 2 minutes, and pretty cool. So I called up a year later and said, hey, you know, last year we spoke, you told me your name, I wrote this sign about equality and Martin Luther King, and she said, what? You wrote a book off my name? This is my first day back from medical leave. And we were both in tears, and I told her some poems. And so then, you know, she actually surprised me. So I'll go backwards. 2023, she shows up, and I'd never met her at a Why Missing library thing, and this woman's there talking, and I'm telling them about my books, and I always ask people their names, you know, what's up, what's your name? And she said, Calencia. I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, she came up from Rockville, Maryland with her husband, spent the night in a hotel, and surprised me. So I surprised her with the book, and the kids at Why Missing surprised us writing this poem about kindness back in 2017. They brainstormed ideas on building bridges, kindness, and then the first person chimes out, we are mice and we are nice. The next person, we don't pollute, waste down the chute. We save light, yes, that's right. We share cheese and we share peas. We split our rice with hungry mice. We wait our turn, that's hard to learn. We are mice and we are nice. So that's in one of the books too. So poems convey what you're trying to say in a meaningful way, a powerful way. They're conversations from the heart. This was actually at the Yoakum Fine Arts Institute. There was a play put on called Art Dog, and the kids at 2nd Street Learning Center wrote this poem about the play. They stole the painting, helped solve the day. The one and only Art Dog, he led the way. And there's some pictures from the racial healing. He was told I need to smile more. So, why don't I stop with the spiel and we do a little production ourselves. I thought we could brainstorm on a theme, some ideas, and then put the ideas aside, and then using the dry erase, write a few lines of poetry. Thoughts about that? Quick questions from the audience? Or? All right. Let me get some hydration. So, what I was thinking was, you know, it's going to take some sharing and some revealing. Sharing. Sharing, did you say?
I said caring.
Caring and sharing, perfectly. So, you know, I'll just write in the middle, you know, what matters. What's important to you? What matters? And the more specific we can be, the better. You know, my handwriting is not good, but when I type it, it's legible. So, so this is just chiming out ideas. It doesn't have to rhyme. We'll figure out the rhyme later on the dry erase. But what kinds of things are important to you, or what matter, or what's unique about you that you like? What's important? Just chime out. Yeah, sir.
Want to use heal the world?
Say what?
Heal the world.
Okay, that's important. Healing the world. Heal. All right. That's important. Other ideas, things that are important to you personally? Family. Okay, say more about that. What kind of family, or what? So family is a big term, but like specifically, is it like any certain ones that are on your mind, or?
Can't keep one child.
Okay, you got to keep talking. Well, yes, can't have favorites, but yeah. I like you more purplish, and I like you more green, you know. But, so all family, you're going to say? Maybe? Other things that are important or meaningful or matter. Understanding, all right, say more, understanding what? Okay, see how that helps it get clear, understanding each other. One of the things I say is, you know, the specific has universal relevance. So if you talk about a little speck of dust on a chair, that'll end up having relevance for like all of us. And so the more specific you can be, the more meat on the bones it puts. So understanding each other is great. All family is important. Healing the world. Other things that matter are important.
Kindness.
Kindness, that's a big one. Kind of goes with understanding, maybe down here, kindness. There's well, I have a bunch of kindness poems, you know. Kindness is the choice to choose. Kindness is the listening goes with it. Understanding, I'll put that off here. Listening and understanding are important, crucial. Listening, understanding, kindness. Love. Put that kind of a kindness offshoot.
Also could go with family.
Yeah, love. Put it both places. Can't hurt. Kindness, love. Other things that matter. Honesty. What about that? Integrity, honesty. It's almost its own. Well, I'll add integrity, but it kind of goes with honesty, you know. Of course, if you watch South Park, it goes with Integrity Farms. They do something different. Integrity, but honesty, integrity, kindness, love.
Relationships with people.
Okay, so family, that could be here, maybe relationships. Yes, well, that's what I found, you know. I mean, I figured, you know, a random act of kindness, relationship, did you say, with anybody, strangers? Everyone. Well, that's what I realized, you know. I worked and traveled in some 35 countries, and everywhere you go, people can be nice. They want to laugh. It's this, whether it's Russian or, you know, Maldives. It's all everyone wants to get along. Everyone relating, getting along, love, healing the world, kindness, love, other things that matter specifically. Yes.
Sharing time.
Ah, that's the best understanding. That gets some big one here. I'll share here. So the first chapter here was a parenting chapter, and I was going to call it Parenting with Playfulness and Purpose, because I like all the P's. But then I thought, wait a minute, what is parenting? And I just shortened it to sharing time, just what you said. Because that's what, you know, you do. And then, you know, this was a little drawing from Pete when he was in first grade. We like to play together, you know. Sharing time is all we ever do. And so that's the parenting kind of section. Wonderful. Sharing time with family. Other things. Cooperation. Kindness, honesty, love, cooperation. Goes kind of here with understanding, maybe. Listening and cooperation. Nice. Hydration is important. That's what matters. Other notions or ideas or values or just things that are unique that, you know, you've happened that you think.
Finding what you have in common.
Discovering commonalities, finding what you have in common, maybe sharing time, finding out commonalities. Nice. That goes with sharing time. You got to share time to do that, and actual doing. There's this phrase that we're all alone together when we're all. I have one. I know I'm alone when I reach for my phone. It's one of mine working on. You know, it's just the worst thing in the world. It's a huge social experiment that has destroyed children because for about 1 million years we were designed to lift rocks and smash one and break a stick. And then suddenly they're going digital and they're not doing. It literally has harmed them. So hopefully it'll change. We'll realize it. We'll put some rules in place and get them out there digging in the dirt. But literally, we weren't meant to do this. It's really bad. But doing just like this is nourishing. And so finding out commonalities, talking to people, understanding. Other thoughts? This is just an idea. We have a little bit of white space here. Things that
You don't have a different thought.
what?
It's in there
Ah.
somewhere, but I was in Japan
Ah.
and completely lost and can't read Japanese and they don't do anything with English.
難しいですね。
But I found that whenever I was standing looking helpless, some lovely Japanese person
would come.
would appear
Yeah.
out of nowhere
It's-
to try to help me.
Yes.
But they had no idea
But
what
they
I
could
was
see.
saying,
Yes. Yes. But
and I was not really expecting that.
well, I almost do expect it because I know I was in that situation many times where I'm like in different languages, I'm lost, and people will help. 99% I think they're going to help you, maybe one or two do harm, but people are kind, I think, everywhere if given the chance, and yeah, that's awesome.
So
Yeah.
I was thinking of the word helping under heal the world.
Yes.
And you just did a great
Oh, yes, helping, heal the world, help each other.
And they were very happy
Yeah.
to be
Oh, actually. Yes, because that's that's unexpected giving. I like some of the poems I've written for people. They're like, you wrote a poem. Well, like Calencia, she's like, you wrote a book, and it's like, right. Good ideas, great ideas. So, what I'll typically do is I'll set this over here, right in view. I'm trying not to stumble on it. And switch markers, which is very important because if you go from indelible to here, it's a big problem. Which everybody's done, Boy, it's hard not to do this. Did everyone remember doing this with shadows?
Yes.
But see, that was doing, I mean, again, if you just watch someone else making shadows, it's like one thing. If you go do it, it's your arms are moving and,
Right. Yeah.
well, you can tell my bias. Doing, we got to do some things. So all we'll do here is I'll leave a blank space for the title because often you don't know what the title is. I wrote one called The Brightest Red I've Ever Seen. The brightest red I've ever seen was Cardinal resting in a tree. His chest beyond the color red, it rippled when he turned his head. In crisscross branches, brown and gray, he brightened the day, then flew away. For years, I called it The Brightest Red. But then when I was doing this book for chapter 11, I called Circling and Cycling, I realized that poem's about life, and I called it He Flew Away. The brightest red I've ever seen was Cardinal resting in a tree. His chest beyond the color red, it rippled when he turned his head. In crisscross branches, brown and gray, he brightened the day, then flew away. I was like, oh, that's life. That's the whole thing of life. Digression. So, now, all we need is leave some space for a title. We've got plenty of time. If you need to stretch, stand up and throw tomatoes, that's fine too. All we need is a line, and the first line doesn't have to rhyme. Someone else will come up with a rhyme later. Sometimes the second line rhymes or the third, but just a line, 5, 6 syllables, ba-dum, about what matters, what's important. Might relate to healing the world and helping each other, being kinder, showing love, honesty and integrity, understanding each other, finding out commonalities, sharing time together with family, all family, getting to know new people, being helped by strangers, helping each other. I should have put the Japan story. That was great. That's what the universal puzzled look of, I'm lost. I've been there. So just percolate a line or two. What could you say that's like, embodies some of this in 5, 6 syllables, 8, 10, 6 or 10, da-dum-ba-dum, ba-dum-ba-ba. And one relation. In the back, yep.
To use what I started with.
Oh.
The world's been sick, we might need a new trick.
Okay, well, let's jump into to do the rhyme already. What about world's been sick? Well, we can see where that goes. Let's see. The world's been sick. I'll put it over here. The rule, it does help, if one person comes up with all the rhymes, it becomes a little, but I'll put it here, because maybe we can use that. And if you can think of saying something intentionally, like, you should not hit your brother, say you should treat your brother kind. The more you emphasize the negative, we should not be mean, we should not be mean. All your brain hears is mean, mean, mean. So you want to flip it, we need more nice. We need a new trick. So I do like, maybe that's what we'll use. We need a new trick. The world's best. But let's,
Pretty sure that somebody else wrote this.
well.
But the little thing, it says, better together.
Better together.
Right,
Better together.
instead of the world has been sick.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is kind of negative.
Negative, right. Better together. Let's see. I mean, I agree with this. That's 100%. We've got some. But let's see. We're, did you say? Maybe we're better together. Let's see that. We need a new trick. Okay, that's nice, because then it uses, oops. It uses the line, but it does, we're better together. Nah. If we need a new trick. Ba-dum-ba-dum-bum-ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. Well, someone else might chime, because you got the trick. Yeah. Okay. It's,
I don't need any tricks.
okay, no ticks, just tricks. Someone else in the back, in the middle? And it doesn't have to rhyme here. It could be a new thing, but we're better together. Ooh, we're better together. We need a new trick. Well, we're better together. We need a new trick. But I'm sharing time, kindness, listening, healing strangers, helping, understanding.
New spiel to help us heal.
We need a new spiel. Okay, it's again, we have a new trick. We need a new trick. What if we just use to help us heal? Because that's again, heal. We do need a new spiel. We have a new trick, which is kind of, we're better together. We need a new trick to help us heal. Bum, 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 bum.
Fresh stick.
Say again?
We need a, not need, I want to use it.
Oh, okay, yes, a different,
Fresh stick.
a fresh stick. Okay.
Stick. Get it?
I understand the word.
S-C-H-T-I-C-K-T. Not sure how to spell that, but I get it. We're better together. We need a new trick to help us heal. Womp, fresh strict. Womp. What other words can we? What?
We'll hope it is stick.
Say again?
We hope it will stick.
We hope. Okay. It will stick. Okay, well, we could use that. Okay. Hope it
Go with that.
will stick? Nice. See how that's optimism? But shticked is a great word. I can't spell it. Schnicked. Sticked. Sticked. With the fresh sticked. Stick. Say, we hope it will stick with fresh sticked. Well, we still got time. We got this much space. Let's see. We're better together. We need a new trick. Oh, you want to put shtick up here to help us heal. We hope it will stick. We could chop trick and shtick. You shtick.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
I mean, I hate to chop someone's words, but it's an edit on the spot. We need a new shticked.
Yeah.
Is that okay, sir? I don't want to chop trick. I don't want trick. We need a new trick. All right, well, let's just try it and see where it goes. We need a new shticked. S-C-H. Shticked? C-K-T?
No.
Shticked. No T. Okay. Let's see what we got here. We're better together. We need a new shtick. To help us heal, we hope it will stick. Okay.
Share the same values.
Go ahead. We share. We should go with we. We share. Is that what you said?
Yes, we share.
The same values. Okay.
Try rhyming values.
Well, wait, we don't have to, but we could jump a line. You know, sometimes you edit and move these around.
Okay.
So we got relations with strangers, we got love, sharing time, understanding, listening, honesty. We had the story of Japan healing the world. We share the same values. Wah. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. So it doesn't have to rhyme with that. We share the same values. Wah.
Maybe we could put something on top of that, like.
We could. But someone else do the next line, since you did this one, right?
I did do that.
Okay.
But I was thinking it would help
Ah.
if we did a different first
Oh,
line.
true.
and
Some
that
to this could be
maybe
two.
On top of that, one, yeah.
Ah,
So
okay.
that we
Dun,
didn't
dun,
have
dun, dun,
to-
dun, we share the same
you know,
values.
that way you don't
Yes.
have to rhyme every sentence.
Well, you don't have to,
Well,
exactly.
no, but still, it'd be easy.
And sometimes, you know, the rhymes team shifts and, you know, the Avery and Lane ones, the second one's rhymed and
How about,
better together. Another person maybe? Oh,
Breathe the same air.
we breathe the same air. Let's get that.
above it?
Oh,
above it.
okay. Let's put it here and see what happens. We breathe the same air. And there was another idea here. You had, what?
Like sharing and caring and love, like sharing, caring and loving each other.
Let's put it here. Sharing, caring, and loving each other. Let's step back a little and see what we got. Okay.
We need a new third-
We
need a
breathe the
third-
same air, we share the same values. Or we could flip, we share the same values, we breathe the same air, which actually is easier to rhyme with. Let's try that. Sharing and caring and loving each other. See, that could be the start of a new stanza. That's why I put a little space. We share the same values. I like that punch. We breathe the same air, specific. Bum, 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 wah, 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 wah.
Speak the same language.
Though we don't? Okay, though. Or what about though we speak different languages? See how if you flip it, we speak different
Tongues.
tongues. Now we got, I think, a good rhyme for the last sentence. Watch this. 1, 2, 3. We share the same values. We breathe the same air. Though we speak different tongues, air.
Don't need to be fair.
We, well, we could do both. We, say it again?
I'm with you.
Which one? We should,
Share and care.
we, say it again? We need the same, oh, I missed it. We gotta get it.
Show that we care.
We should,
I said, we need to be fair.
oh, that's it. Okay, that's nice. Let's do both. We need to be fair. Fair, that's perfect, and show that we care. See how that blends it all together? Let's see. Then we can even do that sentence later. Let's see. So 4. We share the same values. We breathe the same air. Though we speak, is that though? Though, nah. Though we speak different tongues, we need to be fair and show that, ooh, we care. Was that it? Yeah. Sharing and caring and loving each other. We could repeat the care part here. It's a nice segue. This could be sharing and caring and loving for parallel each, loving. Sharing and caring, these are all INGs, is what I'm trying to get across there. Sharing and caring and loving each other. We have family important, spending time, healing the world through honesty, kindness, integrity, helping, cooperating, getting to know. Sharing and caring and loving each other. Maybe I can tighten this up. Sharing and caring
As we do for our families, we should do for others.
as we do for our family, we should do for others. Perfect. Let's see how that looks. Caring and loving each other. Let's see. Sharing and caring and loving each other as we do for our family.
Our sisters and brothers.
Do for our family. We should do for others, our sisters and brothers, and all others. I like the others. We should do.
We should do,
Oh,
we, oh, no,
So
we
we
have
should-
that for
as
others,
we
that's
do for our family, others.
up there. You
Something
have others
sisters and
on it,
brothers.
You don't have an F.
Oh, I do, here, yeah. Sharing, caring, and loving each other as we do for our family, we should do for others. What would you say about sisters and brothers?
Because I thought we were using other. and
Ah,
sister,
yeah.
So I thought change the one other.
Which one, up here?
We do for our family, our sisters and brothers.
As we do for our family. Ah, they are, as sisters. As-
The world as our
I know,
as we do for
I know,
them.
I-
Ah.
I said specific.
Brother, yeah. I like these. We got to blend them, but they're good ideas. Sharing and caring, loving each other. That's a good, that covers everybody. As we do for our family. I like the contrast of like, we're doing it for the brothers and sisters. We could say, as we do for our sisters and brothers, we should do for others. I like the idea of the brothers, and as we do for our family, as we do, we care for our sisters and brothers.
What if you started the first one, sharing, caring, and loving our brothers?
Oh, like brothers, not just gender. Let's see where that goes. Our brothers.
So start with brothers.
Up here, like we're all brothers, male, female, gender. That. All right, sharing and caring and loving all brothers, maybe, or our. Let's see, our brothers. As we care, as we do for our family, we should do for others. That is, let's do that. That is a nice line. As we do for our family, we should do for others, because that captures the flow. That's great. Let me take it from the top here. We're better together. We need a new shtick to help us heal. We hope it will stick. We share the same values. We breathe the same air. Though we speak different tongues, we need to be fair and show that we care. Sharing and caring and loving our brothers. As we do for our family, we should do for others. Well, that's good.
The world would be better.
The world would be better. Let's go, stop there. Let someone else fly. The world would be or will be better, would be better. Let's see where it goes. Someone else in the back, in the front. The world would be better.
Well,
Ideas. The world would be better. Bum, 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 bum.
if we
Before we know it. The
Right, if
world
we stood
will be
together.
better before we know it. It could. See where that goes. What did you add? You said? The world would be better.
together. I said together, we would be, wait a minute.
We could end it with
The world
that.
would be, not that,
Yeah.
the world would be better.
The world would be better. Know it. If we all stick together, if we listen together or something. Because it might be neat to end on the word that we start with. You know,
Different one there, okay.
the world would be better. We need a little line here. Dun, 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 dun. Before, if we listen together, if we listen and bump them together. It could even be another line here. As we if we listen, bump, womp together. Let's see if that works. The world would be better. We could even add something before the world. I know, before we know it could be one, two. Go ahead. Go, chime.
To go under the one for others,
Yes.
I would say, come join us, all sisters and brothers, we are better together.
Okay, we're better together. Let's see. We do have that up there, but we could repeat the ending. Okay, that's fine, actually. You know what? That actually could be the ending, but let's see. We know it, the world would be better. What else did you add? You said something else in there. Sisters and brothers. Okay, we got the brother.
Where it says others,
Okay.
others, that should go under for others.
Up here, this one, others?
And then come join us, all sisters and brothers, and then keep going from that.
Come join us, all sisters and brothers. We don't have to join. The world would be better if we. I'm not sure where to put that. Because this is now a set, right? We have two sets there. The world will be better before we know it. Like this implies it could happen quickly
Actually,
if we listen.
better to help, not
Yeah.
to help, but in
Yeah.
fact to help us heal. I was just thinking, and
Ah.
I don't remember something.
Oh, up here.
I-
Together, together, we need a new stick to help us heal. We hope it will stick.
No, I can't remember.
Sharing, caring, loving our brothers. We should do for others. We still got a little time here before we know it. We just got to shuffle these.
Yeah.
The world will be better, would be better. The world would be better. If we listen, I know. So 1, 2. If we listen, something else maybe. Cooperate, get along, honest, true, kind.
Did we use sharing yet?
Yeah, we got sharing up here, yeah. Ooh, the world would be better if we won't listen, listen. Something, to, listen, I guess you have to have two. Listen with or to, listen to wah wah, dun 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 dun, dun, better together. It could end with that. Together. So before, the world would be better if we listened. Or you could even flip it. If we listen, blump, 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 the world would be better. Let's do that. If we listen to want, want, the world would be better. Bump it before it, no, we're better together. It could be that. That's getting there. We need something. If we listen to what? To who? To Wayne? To, if we listen to
Or you could change it to truly hear instead of we listen.
truly hear. All right, that's a nice word. Let's see, truly hear, which kind of is a different way to say listening. If we, let's see where that goes. If we truly
Understand?
listen, I don't know that we did. Let's see, if we truly listen, and let's see where this goes. Understand. The world would be better. Before we know it, we're better together. We might be able to end with, we might be able to end with that. Truly heal. If we truly, say again?
I said hear.
Hear. Yes, yes, yes.
And easier
If we
for
truly,
everyone.
I put it wrong. If we truly hear, let's see. If we truly hear and understand, too many syllables for understand.
If we start with the world would be better if we truly hear.
Okay, let's try that. 1, 2. The world would be better if we truly hear. Before we know it, captures like it could happen quickly. Dun, dun, better together. It doesn't have to end with better together. I just thought it's a
It's nice when it,
bookends,
Yeah.
you know. The world would be better if we truly hear. Understanding, won't. Understanding before we know it. Oh, go ahead.
Understanding.
Yeah.
So
Before.
in number 4, we have care and caring above.
Oh, yeah.
So we need to be fair and show that we care.
Up there, yeah.
Understanding and sharing.
Understanding. And so that would be part of this, you think? Understanding, sharing. Understanding, sharing. Oh, instead of caring, you're saying chop one of the cares. Oh, I get it. That could work. Let's see. We need to be fair and show that we care. Understand, begin with understand.
Yeah.
Understanding,
Sharing.
sharing. Yes. Understanding and sharing and loving our brothers. That's it. We got the word in. Understanding. Yeah. Understanding and sharing. And sharing and loving. Okay. Nice. Just we have to figure this out. The world would be,
Last line,
yeah,
it could bring us quite near.
bring us quite near. Okay. You, us, quite near. Yeah, let's see what we got. The world would be better if we truly hear. We're better together to bring us quite near. Before we know it,
maybe we should get
we've
rid
let go our fears.
before we know it.
I do like that it captures, this could happen quick, though.
Oh, I like that. Let go of our fear.
Ooh, did I say that? Ooh. Where did I let go, how did I put that? Of our fears? Where would that go?
After the year.
After near. Let's see. Go of our fears. That's really, well,
How about adding to number 2, if we truly,
let's see. Okay, maybe chop. The world would be better if we truly hear.
there's no need to fear.
We don't want to get the negative, no need. Let's see if we could, the opposite of that is, the world would be better if we truly hear. One for each another, better together, bring us quite near and let go of our fears. Bring us quite near, bring us together, bring us quite near. And does rhyme with here. How do we shuffle this? Let's see.
Want to get that together again? It will bring us
Well, you have-
together without any fear.
Bring us together without any fear, maybe? Bring us, let's see, bring. Yeah. With Bring us together and let go of our. Maybe we could use that line. And let go of our fears. Let's see. How does this look? The world would be better if we truly hear. All right, this one gets chopped. The world would be better if we truly hear. So that's kind of two. Bring us together. Bring us quite near. Bring us together and let go of our fears. Is that what it was? Bring us together, let go of our fears. Okay, so then we just get rid of that, but we got it here. Bring us together and let go. Let's see how that looks. Sorry for the mess here. Well, the world would be better if we truly hear. Bring us together, let go of our fears. This could happen quick or something. It would be better if we truly hear. If we truly hear. How people do if we truly hear. All right, now we have some space. Okay, the world would be better if we truly hear. We have bring us together, we're better together, let go of our fears.
So that should be 3. Let go our fears should be 3.
Let go of our, let's see, let go of
Because you don't want it to be right with
our
fear.
fears.
No,
Oh, well, that could be, and then we're better together.
Put that,
Ah.
okay.
Bring us together, let go of our fears. That is a nice punch, though. Bring us together, let go of our fears. The world would be better if we truly hear. To bring us together, let go. Bring us together, let go of our fears. Without any fears. Well, you need a few, but not too many. With less, yeah. The world would be better if we truly hear. Understanding each other, let's go of our fears, or let go of our fears. The world.
Here we could.
Nothing to fear, I like that too.
Oh, say it again.
Nothing to fear.
Okay, nothing.
Stick that in
Together,
here.
there's nothing to fear.
Okay, bring us together. Okay, better. Good. Okay. Let's see how that goes. Teamwork. Bring. Well,
Take out the other.
together. Bring us together with. You said nothing to fear.
Without any tears.
Without any tears. Nice. Let's see where we put them both. Without any tears. With nothing to fear. So we have let go of our fears. We have nothing to fear. Let's see. Without any. What do we got? The world would be better if we truly hear. Bring us together without any fears. Let go of our fear. Bring us together with much less to fear, with nothing to fear.
Don't you need
Bring us
another line
together.
in
We
between
might,
hear
yeah.
and fear?
I think so. The world would be better if we truly hear.
I think that should bring us together.
Bring us together. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Bring us together. Let go is active. I like that it's what you're doing. Let go of nasty fears or crippling fears or let go of our fears. Because maybe that's let go of which is kind of what you have to do. Those people that came in to help you, they didn't have fears. Let's see if that flows. The world will be better if we truly hear, bring us together, let go of our fears. To bring us together, maybe that's it. To bring us together, to bring us together and let go of our fears. All right, and again, if this was going to go in the book, it would go through 20 edits, but this is pretty good. So let's think of a title, and then I'll read it through once and think, what would you tell your friends that you wrote a poem today called? It says, we're better together, we need a new shtick. To help us heal, we hope it will stick. We share the same values, we breathe the same air. Though we speak different tongues, we need to be fair and show that we care. Understanding and sharing and loving our brothers. As we do for our family, we should do for others. The world would be better if we truly hear to bring us together and let go of our fears. Let go of fears, maybe just fears. Yeah, we don't need our. So what might you call this? We could think of a few different titles and vote on them, Say again?
You like movie titles?
It doesn't matter, yeah, we could brainstorm a few.
Why it comes to mind, I think of change game,
The change game, okay.
and anybody can change it, of course.
The change game. All right, let's get another idea. The change game.
Letting go.
Letting go is one.
Prayer for the future.
Go. Prayer. Prayer for the future. Let's see what we got here. We got 3. Say again?
A perfect world.
Ah, oh yeah, perfect. The only problem is, perfect is like, oh, because there's,
A better world.
yeah, okay. Yeah, yeah, I'm always helping people, say, we're perfectly imperfect, like culture is like, who's the best baker and who's the best tattoo artist? We have so much competition that we should have less trying to, who gets the best dessert. Prayer for the future, a better world, what's that? We have 4 now, maybe we vote, let's see. So we have the change game, we have letting go, we have prayer for the future, we have a better world. Oh, another one?
I think a better world is
Okay, so,
more inclusive.
okay. So I'll read each one and you guys vote with your clapping and yelling, okay. We'll do it logically. Yeah. Well, who all likes letting go? Who likes the change game? Who likes prayer for the future? Who likes a better world? Oh, okay, okay. All right, so now we can do this. We can erase that. All right, a better, let's see. I'd like to do one thing if I could read it and video.
Word
Near.
near, N-E-A-R.
If we truly hear, okay, that's a,
I wasn't thinking about there.
Mm,
but I'm
near.
thinking
Shtick, we need
a new, wait a minute, better together,
Hmm.
a new, instead of we need a new shtick, maybe,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, if we change too much now, it could be a problem, so. But, let me try one thing. I would sometimes record these, and if I do, then it could be, possibly a useful video, and 10 people will watch it, and,
You need 10,000.
oh, 10,000, okay. So, I'll just do it this way. So,
What if we called it a kinder world?
ooh,
Kinder.
hold on, let's stop that. Presses, kinder world, a better world. Let's see what we got, okay. All right, we're gonna redo the title. I have the time, you guys have the time. A kinder world. Does have better right here, a better one. A kinder world. All right. Last minute changes? Okay, all right, yes. Okay, that gets, kindness is a choice to make. Kindness is the choice to choose. Choosing kindness always matters. Kindness is the thing to do.
Off the page, just kind of weird.
A kinder world. Oh, just kinder world. Yeah, sure. Less is better. Call it kinder world.
How can we get choices? Choose a kinder world. Two kinder world.
All right, we'll go with simple. But yes, okay. Let me hit record and we'll try it again. Check 1, 2. Okay. So today at the Jewish Federation of Reading Berks County, I came out to work with a great group of people and we wrote a group poem on the theme of what matters. We came up with all kinds of ideas of what matters, and the group poem is Kinder World. We're better together. We need a new shtick. To help us heal, we hope it will stick. We share the same values. We breathe the same air. Though we speak different tongues, we need to be fair and show that we care. Understanding and sharing and loving our brothers, as we do for our family, we should do for others. The world would be better if we truly hear to bring us together, let go of fears. Woo! So thank you. Very cool. Let me stop the presses. Throw the tomatoes and questions, audience, and ideas. And
That was fantastic.
you liked it? A little bit of too much. I don't know when to shut up is the problem. But yeah, a lot of stories. This book I got in the hands of Charles Evers. You know Medgar Evers, assassinated in '63. So in February of 2020, I put this out August of 19. I thought, what does someone who's been through a lot of racism know about or think about this book? Because I'm an old white guy. So I heard Charles Evers on NPR, and so I Googled and got a phone number, and I called on a Monday, left a message. Hey, you know, I'm Dr. Tietbohl. I'm this Berkeley psychologist. I wrote a poem about kindness, you know. A couple hours later, a woman calls back. This is Gloria. I don't usually call back people, but what's this about a book? I got some wrong number down there. But I told her, and she goes, well, I want a copy. She goes, I know Charlene Evers. You call her up and tell her about this book. So she gave me Charlene Evers' number. So Tuesday, around 11, I call this number. Charlene Evers, Velma Evers answers. I said, you answered a phone from a number you don't know? And she said, oh, I'm nosy, what's up? And I said, well, I wrote this book about kindness. I thought, what if your family has been through so much? She goes, sure. Maybe I'll get a quote. She said, sure. So I send her 2 copies. A week later, I get a package back in the mail, and I first thought was, oh my gosh, they're so offended they're sending it back. But it turns out it was her dad's autobiography, signed by Charles Evers, to me in February of 2020, and she said, Dad loved it. So then I said, well, I don't want to take advantage of your family, let's just be friends. So we kept in touch. I wrote a poem about how she stood by her father's side that summer because he died in July. So in here is a poem called, I stood by his side till the day he died. I did what was right day and night. And I was talking to Calencia in fall of 2020 because I hadn't heard from her after I sent the 5 copies, and I was dying to know what she thought. But I'm like, I can't nag this person. Finally, I couldn't take it. October of 2020, I called Calencia and said, told her about the book. Did I like the book? She said, I have my own island. I can go when I want to. I don't need anything. She said, I love it, you know. And I told her about meeting Charlene Evers and how I'm not going to take advantage of them. She said, you call her back. She might be glad to have her daddy's name in your book. So I called Charlene Evers back. I said, can I use the quote? She said, absolutely. So now in the back of this book, it says, you know, Dad loved it, from Charles Evers. So it got into the hands of a civil rights leader. So anyway, and, you know, I have a little Locke poem in here, you know, very short, rhymes. Locke's, where's the picture I'll show? It's a great picture. Locke's for my friends, Locke's for my aunts, Locke for my friends, Locke for my uncles, Locke batter on my pants. I haven't read it in a while. Locke's for my friends, Locke's for my aunts, Locke for my uncles, Locke batter on my pants. And it's silly drawings. But I was at a book thing in Society of Children Book Writers, because this came out in 2004, and a British woman read it, and she goes, who? Locke is for my friends, Locke is for my aunts, Locke is for my uncles, Locke batter on my pants. She says, it doesn't rhyme. And I'm like, oh, God, because she was British, you know, aunts. So, you could, at any rate. So, other questions, ideas? I'll shut up. No, but I can't. Oh, so what?
Do you dedicate time each day to writing?
I did. I have. Lately, I've gotten a little bit away from it, but I have like hundreds for another book that would be about as thick as this, probably. You know, and I once said to myself, I have to stop. I can't write poems for people I don't know and strangers, and it takes a lot of time. But then I thought, well, I can't not do it. So I was doing an eval this morning, and the woman had told me, you know, like with her friends, they just breathe the same air. And I was like, oh my gosh, I know that we care because we breathe the same air. And I was like, so I rapped off a line for her, and she's like, oh, that's so nice. And so yes, this is the short answer. But, yeah.
What's your approach to children's groups?
Interactive, same thing. I mean, you know, get them going, get them, you know, engaged, talk about the importance of reading and rhymes and, you know, doing. And I had one librarian, we did a Zoom one in COVID, and she said, well, there's this one girl, she's not really quiet, she's not going to be talking much. The librarian emails me afterwards, I couldn't believe how much she talked, she was into it, she loved it, you know, so you get people going, and everyone loves to rhyme, you know, it's Mother's Day cards, when you write in rhyme, it means more, you know, so, was the question about kids? Just it works great.
Same approach?
Same approach, you know. I usually will read, I won't spiel a whole slide thing, I'll just read some samples, you know. Crickets for dinner, fried in the pan, you know, and get them laughing.
Do you ever use or would you ever recommend computer to find rhyming words, or is that
Well-
not part of the process?
I mean, I don't like that because, again, we get back to the computer, and next thing you know, you're scrolling, next thing you know, you see someone's dinner, and you put a few likes, and they, you know. I think less is best, so I carry, wherever I go, I carry some paper and pens, and I tell people I carry 2 pens because one can go out of ink. It's just not the same as writing on a computer. So your brain has all these associations, and when you think, that's the work of editing. So you can just say hog, frog, dog, okay. But if it doesn't work, so how do you get a word that rhymes? Look how we struggled, that also works. That's why I call my business poetry that works. Because when a poem works, it can move mountains, it can make change happen, it can do anything. So, but the percolation, that's what I call percolation. You know, you spit something out like this, you put it away. The next day, I print out, I get my typed, and I go over it with red pen. And then I wrote it again, a black pen. And then I make the changes and I cross it out in red pen. Then I print it out. Then the next day, I look at it in the early morning hours. That's how I edited all these things. And I just think there's something that's, you know, your brain, you know, while it still works, you want to let it speak, you know, from the heart. So I wouldn't recommend a rhyming dictionary. It just, because sometimes it shouldn't rhyme. You know, sometimes I don't know what iambic pentameter is other than in 9th grade I had to memorize it, but I don't operate that way. It's just like, what feels right? This feels right. We need a syllable here. I don't know why. And then, you know, are you trying to wrap up? You can cut that at any time, I guess.
No,
Okay.
I just wanted to say,
Oh.
yeah, to say thank you so
Oh,
much.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, you have,
Oh, wonderful.
so to finish up.
Oh, yeah, books for sale if you want to buy these. These are 22 online. I can sell them for 20. These are 12 online. I can sell them for 10. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, thank
Yeah?
you so
Okay.
much.